What's going on, Internet? I am the Maskman, and I'm here today for a video response. Now, normally I wouldn't respond to a video, but the guy in the video asked, for people to do it, so I figured I ain't really got much videos to make today. Nobody sent me any questions, so I might as well respond to his video. Now, the title of the video, as I'm putting in this video, is a transhumanist manifesto. Now, what I want you to do, because a lot of my audience is black, what I want you to do is I want you to look into something called the singularity. Find a guy by the name of Ray Kurzweil and look into him. This is something I believe that a lot of black people, need to know about, because we need to be a part of this movement that the world is moving towards, the movement to move to machines. Now, transhumanism, as much as I can recall, is about transforming humans, from our biological cells and getting into another type of body, a mechanical or machine body. It would still be you, according to them, but just in different stuff. And the singularity talks about how all of these, how technology is moving at a pace by a certain year. I think by the year 2045, everything will explode, and nanotechnology and artificial intelligence will take hold, and we'll be in a utopian society from that point on, according to Ray Kurzweil. And he's been somewhat, reliable in some of the predictions that he's made. But I want to respond to the video at hand. Now, I don't have a problem with transhumanists, because I like human beings that are alive, that are actively pursuing immortality. I like that. I like humans that are pursuing immortality. I wish more atheists were actually pursuing immortality. If you believe that there is no God, and you're ready to shoot that down every time somebody speaks up, then you should be pursuing a substitute. You should be pursuing some kind of never-ending life. Why aren't you working on that? Why do you like death? Why are you romanticizing death? Now, I don't know if I'm going to read from this article. I'm just going to leave a link to the video. The guy basically reads from a document that he prints up in the description. I can read little pieces of it so you'll kind of know where it is. Biology. Biology is not the essence of humanity. Human is a step in evolution, not the culmination. I don't necessarily believe that. One thing I don't understand about the transhumanist platform is, why are we trying to become machines and leave biology? If machines can be so much smarter than human beings, can be so much, have so much more power, then I understand some people choosing to go full robot. I understand that. But why wouldn't the machines that we create, the nanotechnology and all of that, why wouldn't they just perfect biology? Why wouldn't we just perfect biology so you can have a biological body that doesn't get sick, a biological body that doesn't have disease, a biological body that can remember, much more than it's currently able to remember? Why are we switching out of why is the desire of transhumanism to leave humanity before you fix it? That's what I don't like. Fix humanity before you move on to something else. I never hear transhumanists talking about agriculture. Why? What do you want to do anything with plants or trees or forestry? Like I never hear them talking about all that you can do with the immense power of artificial intelligence and nanotechnology. How you can rehab the earth and fix the oceans, and I never hear that talk. Why? I just don't understand why humanity is hated so much and why biology is hated so much. I'm not a transhumanist. I'm a humanist. I like human beings and I want to stay one. I don't want to become completely a machine. I don't want to leave my body. I want my body to remain. If this is a viable thing that if this is a direction that we're going into. So what I don't like is I don't like how I don't like that there are not enough black people represented in the transhumanist movement, in the singularity movement, because you need a black voice. You need black people to say, hold on. We don't need to go full robot. You need a black guy to say that. So if I got to be the black guy to say, hey, we don't need to go full robot, then I'll be that guy. Let me read something else. Biological evolution is perpetual but slow, ineffective, blind, and dangerous. Technological evolution is fast, efficient, accelerating, better by design. So are you saying that we're doing technological evolution so that we can become technology ourselves and so that our humanity will be software? Why isn't technological evolution directing our biological bodies and biology itself? Why can't we use technology for biology? Why are we getting rid of biology entirely? Are we getting rid of plants, trees, and I believe that white folks will keep their dogs and cats, but are we getting rid of plants, trees, oceans, water? Are we getting rid of all of that real? I'm talking about in reality and just putting that shit in artificial reality. So are we getting rid of that? Why can't we keep that? Why can't we put biology all over the world? I like biology. I don't have a problem with biology. There's this massive hatred of biology because of sickness and death, and I hate sickness and death. But most of the time, if you're a reasonably healthy person, you're not sick all the time, and you're not dying. So I don't understand where this. It almost seems like the transhumanists hate themselves a little bit, like they hate their humanity, like they hate the fact that they're human. No, I don't hate that I'm human. I just hate that I'm gonna die. I hate that. And if something can be done about that, I would greatly appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate that. And it's just, I just don't like it. I just don't like I think that the transhumanists are going into a good direction. They are what most atheists should be. They are what if you don't believe in God, you should be working on, living forever in some capacity. But I believe that they just went too far. They just went too far. I don't appreciate it. Intelligence is a process, not an entity. I agree with that. Because this is a process of coming up with these goddamn videos. This shit is hard than a motherfucker. Consciousness is a function of intelligence, not the brain. It is not necessarily limited to the substrate. Well, in actuality, we don't know what the hell consciousness is. We don't know. We can guess all day long, but we don't understand it. That's the purpose of getting technology, so that we can understand what consciousness is, so that we can replicate it in machines. We don't know what consciousness is. If we knew, we'd already be able to create it. d- 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 embodied human intelligence is imprisoned by biology and its inevitable scarcity. I don't necessarily believe that. I believe that if you could work it in such a way. It's just like a phone. Is a phone limited to its embodied human? Is a phone limited by its substrate? A phone can connect to millions of other phones. It can connect to the internet. Why can't we just use technology to augment the brain so that it can be hooked up to a greater intelligence if it was necessary? We don't have to be full robot in order to get that. We probably could do it where we are completely human, and just by playing with our cells and playing with our bodies, we're just able to access power without becoming something other than human. I don't want to be nothing other than human. I want to be superhuman. I don't want to be not human. Okay. Non-discrimination with regard to substrate. Substrate is morally irrelevant. Whether somebody is in, in, implanted on silicone or biological tissue, if it does not affect functionality or consciousness, it is of no moral significance. Carbon chauvinism in the form of anthropomorphism, speciesism, bioism, and even fundamental humanism is objectionable on the same grounds as racism. Well, I'm a racist, and I like the human race above all races in any place. I like them. I like human beings better than stars, better than moons. I like human beings better than better than dogs and cats. I like human beings better than your phones. I like human beings better than anything in the whole goddamn universe, better than deities. There ain't nothing I don't like a human better than. I like humans better than all things that you could ever imagine. I like human beings. You could almost say I love them, but I don't believe in the word love, but it's the closest thing. So I'm a humanist. I'm a specious. I'm a fundamentalist humanist. If that makes me a racist, then damn it, I'm a racist. I don't look at anything. I don't want human beings to be limited. I don't want human beings to stay weak. I don't want human beings to stay sickly. But I believe there's another way other than the way that you're saying. There's another way. And you don't have to go down this path. You don't have to go down this road. You don't have to take this avenue. There's a different way that you can do this. Emotional intelligence. Intelligence is more than a mere exercise of perfect logic and pure reasoning. Intelligence devoid of emotional intelligence is meaningless. It must exhibit empathy, compassion, love. I don't believe in love, sense of humor, and creativity such as music and poetry. I don't believe that that's necessary for it to be intelligence. It's like it's like intelligence devoid of emotion is meaningless. I don't think it's meaningless. I think I think it may be evil, but evil means something. It's not meaningless. Minimize suffering. Compassion is the ultimate measure of intelligence. Really? Is the compassion is the ultimate measure of intelligence? I think I think consideration more than compassion, because if you don't consider the people that you're dealing with, then you can make an enemy, and those enemies can come back and hurt you. But compassion, I don't know if that's the ultimate measure of intelligence. The minimization of suffering and avoidance of causing suffering to others. Okay, basically saying what I was saying. The minimization of suffering and the avoidance of causing suffering to others, even less intelligent being, is the essence of it. Like, yeah, pretty much what I was saying. But that's not compassion. That's just concern. That's self-preservation. Transhumanists of the world unite. We have immortality to gain and only biology to lose. Why do you want to lose it? That's what I would have to say. Why do you want to lose your biology? Together we can break through the chains of biology and transcend scarcity, sex, age, ethnicity, race. Like ethnicity, I don't know why ethnicity and race are back to back. But why do you want to transcend sex? Why do you want to transcend race, death, and even time and space? I can understand wanting to transcend death. I hate death. I don't have no love for death at all. I hate it like a motherfucker, and I want it to die. Well, I don't want it to die. That's not true. I don't want death to die. I want death to be put under the control of man. In short, transhumanists everywhere must support the revolutionary movement against death, which I agree with, and the existing biological order of things. Transhumanists disdain to conceal their views and aims. They openly declare their ends can be attained only by the overthrow of all existing biological limitation and most of all death. Let death tremble at the revolution of science and technology. Transhumanists have nothing to lose but their biology. We have more immortality in the universe to gain. Look, I don't see nothing wrong with challenging death. That's where, look, that's where the idea. I'm not. I don't even. I hesitate to say this because of my situation, but the purpose of believing in a God, the purpose of it, and I'm not going to tell you whether I do or don't, but the purpose of believing in a God is so that we can do something about the problems that men face, so that we can have an example of somebody who can do something, who has the power to do something, and who's putting it on you to do something about it. If you don't want to die no more, then you got to get up and you actually have to figure out how to stop people from dying. It's not about you waiting on God to come back and to save you from it. You got to actually do something about making people stop dying, doing something about disease. You have to learn it. You have to pick up the job. You have to take the job for yourself. So when it comes down to, I lost my train of thought. That happens sometimes. He said that the manifesto is a work in progress. It will probably change as his thoughts and feelings change about transhumanism. But the idea of God is so that you can do something about death. It's so that you can. That's the reason that you have God, so that you will be empowered to do something about all of the problems that you face in life. So I commend these people for challenging the problems that we face as humans and wanting to do something about it. But we should not lose our humanity. That's why Africans got to stand up. That's why blacks have got to stand up. Black has got to stand up and say something about this stuff. Because if we don't say something, if we just let people, leave people to their own devices, they're going to turn, they may kill you and have a replica of you, a copy of you, masquerading as you, thinking that it's you, and you long dead in the ground somewhere because they were so in a hurry to get somewhere that they didn't do the job correctly, that they didn't do the job properly. I believe that transhumanism is a fine thing if that's only a part of where humanity is going. If a segment of humanity want to be robots and machines, let them be that. But the bulk of us should stay human and we should figure this human thing out, and we should figure this biology thing out, and we should make this biology thing work and work flawlessly, because when it's done right, it took how many thousands of years for us just to get to this point where we may be 30 years away, so possibly millions of years to get this far. Biology sure was hard to catch. So let's make it even harder to catch, harder to understand, harder to comprehend, but better for the ones living with it, that it doesn't get us sick anymore, doesn't have us problems anymore. Let's actually do something about the problem instead of complaining. And I could go on, but you know, this guy, I like his videos, I like his interviews, and he's really intellectually out of my league. But you know, I didn't have nothing to do today, so I figured I might as well make a video response. Anyway, let me know what you think. Go check out his video. Go check out Ray Kurzweil. Listen to him. See what you think of him. Get back to me. Rate the video, like it, dislike it, be honest. Subscribe to my channel if you want to keep up with the videos that I'm producing. If you want to send me a topic or send me an email, you can do so at TheMrMaskman@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter and find me on Facebook at TheMrMaskman. That is all. Oh, no, I'm fucking up. That is all that I have to say about this subject. So I will see you in the next video.